Tomorrow night we're about to celebrate the holiday of Purim, the greatest, most festive, joyous celebration of the year. And you may wonder, this is the year that maybe we shouldn't celebrate Purim. How can you be festive and happy? What happened on October 7th? And unfortunately there's still hostages and still suffering that's going on in the land of Israel. So maybe this is the year we shouldn't celebrate it. How can we be happy? But I think this year the message of Purim is so loud and clear, it's even more important to celebrate Purim more than a regular year. You see, if you think about the story of Purim, what happened in the story of Purim? Haman wanted to kill the Jewish people because he was upset that Mordechai didn't bow down to him. Now one may wonder, why did Haman care? Because one person didn't bow down to him? As we know the story, unfortunately there were Jews that bowed down to him, and there were Jews that liked Haman. So why was he so obsessed that because one person, Mordechai, didn't bow down to him, that's why he wants to wipe out and kill all the Jews? So Megillah tells us something very interesting. That when it came to Mordechai, Yigidal is on Mordechai, that means Haman didn't look at Mordechai just as an individual that wasn't bowing down to him. He said Mordechai represented what the Jewish people are all about. Which is, in essence, a Jew is a believer. In essence, a Jew is connected to God. In essence, a Jew is connected to each other. So even though some Jews behave differently than others, but in essence, all the Jews are the same. You see, when the Hamas Yamach Shemay, October 7th, came into Israel, they didn't go into kibbutzim and say, you know what, we're going to go after only the religious, or we're going to go after only the right wing or left wing. They looked at a Jew, no matter what, the Jew is a Jew. You could say you were lovers of the Palestinian people, you were anti the Palestinian people, whatever you may be, doesn't make a difference to us. Because to us, a Jew is a Jew. You see, the Hamas and Haman of the Purim story, and the Hamas of our generation, they understand something that we sometimes Jews don't really understand it. They understand that really a Jew is a Jew. That means you could have a religious Jew, a secular Jew, a right wing, a left wing, a up, a down, no matter what. We are in our essence, we're all the same. And the same thing was Hitler Yamach Shemay when he wanted to wipe out the Jewish people. You see, our enemies send us a very strong message. We look at you all alike. We don't look at one Jew as different than the other because they practice and they go do things differently, more religious or less religious. And I think the message is for all of us, that we have to recognize, yes, we are really one family. In our essence, we are all the same. We really do want the same things. We do care about the same things. And that's why it's so important that this year on Purim, when we fight anti-Semitism, what does it mean? To be in touch with really who we are and recognize that we as a Jewish nation are all the same. And when we are all united together as one, then nobody could stop us. Nobody could hurt us. Nobody could break us. There's a great story of a father who was passing away, and he asked his kids to come around his bed. And he said, I want to see, the last wish I have, I want to see how strong you are. They thought that was kind of a strange request, but if he asks that, then we'll do it. And they took a pile of, he said, in the corner there's a pile of branches. Do you mind taking the pile and see if you can break? And each one of the kids tried to break the pile of branches, and they couldn't break it. Finally, he said, I'll show you I can break it. They were surprised. If we couldn't, how could you? Then he took the string and opened up the string that tied all the branches. And then he took branch by branch and he broke it. And he told them like this, as long as you're together, nobody could break you. But as long as you become individuals, that's where you can fall apart. My dear friends, this Purim you celebrate by having parties together. Purim you celebrate by giving gifts to each other. Purim you celebrate by giving tzedakah to each other, to people that are poor. Purim reminds us that as a Jewish nation, we have to look how the rest of the world looks at us. We are all really one family. So if they look at us that way, and they really see our essence that we're one, we should all feel that way to each other, with love and compassion and care, and recognize that we're all one family, united together, with one mission in mind, to be together as a family and serve our Creator and be a light unto the nation. Good Shabbos and happy Purim, and let's celebrate life together.